D-March Boxing, what's going on, boxing heads and fight fans around the world? Dominique Breazeale. Dominique Breazeale embarrassed himself last night. And it's not about Deontay Wilder knocking him out. Just the way he carried himself last night, especially after the fight. Not giving Jim Gray a post-fight interview. Who does he think he is, Miguel Cotto? Look, Miguel Cotto can do shit like that and not give a post-fight interview when he takes a loss. Because guess what? He's a Hall of Fame caliber fighter. He don't come in to fight talking mad shit. You know what I'm saying? Miguel Cotto was actually a humble guy. Unlike Dominique Breazeale, who was acting all badass. You know what I'm saying? Calling Wilder a chump, all this, that, and the third, talking about he's the worst champion in heavyweight history. If he's the worst champion in heavyweight history, what does that make you? A guy who only lasted 45 seconds in the ring with Wilder. He said you're going to do all this in the third, you know what I'm saying? Go eat his right hand and just smile at him. He's a waste man, like my UK brethren be calling people some garbage. You know what I'm saying? Man is hot garbage. He ain't do a damn thing. Talked mad shit and ain't back it up. And the worst part about it, he wasn't a good sportsman. He didn't show the world he is. I bet you he went to tell Wilder I love you when to hug him up, give him dap after the fight. But that's not enough. We need to hear from you personally. You know, this guy Dominic Brazil, man, I always rated him over Gerald George Washington, all right? Gerald George Washington, who lost to Big Baby Miller, who lost to Wilder too. He was outboxing Wilder for 4 rounds, got caught in that fifth round, and it was murder she wrote. It's a wrap. I always rated Brazil more than him. Two guys who played college football. I don't rate no college football or none of these guys who come off the gridiron to come do boxing. You know what I'm saying? But word on the curb was that the man could take a punch. Oh, he's a big dude. He's gonna give Wilder problems. Yeah, Wilder might knock him out, but we gotta see how Wilder deals with his size and his punching power, overhand right. You know what I'm saying? This guy only got to display that overhand right once before he got his head separated from his shoulders and damn near got decapitated. You know what I'm saying? And just got separated from his senses. But what really irks me is that this guy didn't give no post-fight interview. There's nothing on YouTube. This guy got the fuck up out of Dodge like a phantom. I don't know how the fuck he got whisked out of that Barclays Center without nobody getting no footage of this guy. And you know what's worse about it, man? This waste man. You know what this waste man did? This man done erased his motherfucking Instagram. This guy actually has erased his Instagram, and if you look at his Instagram, he is no longer there. He's trying to vanish out the face of the earth like we just ain't see him get clobbered into a viral meme. And that's all well and fine. That happens to most fighters that face Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? It was about to happen to Tyson Fury too until he got that long count. You know? But what's bad about it is that you're just trying to make everybody seem like we didn't hear you talk all that shit. You talked more shit than Tyson Fury about what you're going to do to the man Deontay Wilder. And it doesn't matter if he was Deontay Wilder or if he was fighting Daniel Dubois. It doesn't matter whom he was fighting. You just can't talk mad shit like that then try to disappear off the face of the earth, man. That's what you're not gonna do. You better resurface. You better come tell the world what happened in that fight. Why your bum ass only lasted 45 seconds. Man, a waste man, garbage. Boxing fan, what go on, son? How you feeling, man? He's in the chat. He says Brazil was scared before it even began. Yeah, and he was actually dreaming about winning that WBC title, talking about when he knocks Wilder out and here's ending new. You gotta separate dreams from reality, man. The truth of the matter is you was in the ring and you had every ample opportunity to to make Wilder pay for all that shit you said that happened in that Alabama lobby, hotel lobby, which I don't believe. I don't believe him. I believe Wilder more. You know what I'm saying? Dominique Brazil looks like the type of guy, just because that fight he had with Ize Ugono was very exciting. The man was probably on a high testosterone, high. You know what I mean? The man was feeling himself. And the man probably started talking greasy or did something to get into a little melee. I've seen the video on TMZ. Everything he said didn't happen in that video. So, boxing fan in the chat says Wilder should fight AJ Fury or rematch Ortiz. I'd rather see him fight Dillian White than give rematch Ortiz. He knocked Ortiz out. 10th round knockout. Put him on the canvas twice in that 10th round. The man would shake his head no mas. AJ and Tyson Fury, I'd love to see them fights. But I think Wilder got to do some more because the pendulum is swinging his way as far as him closing the gap to getting that 50-50 deal that he wants. You know what I'm saying? Some people say that the Barclays Center wasn't even sold out, but those people who say that weren't even there. I got first-hand account on people who were there, showed me footage. And that joint, they say, was jam-packed, sold out. Even a fellow hater who's a YouTuber, a Deontay Wilder hater, I'm not going to mention his name, because he has a good channel. But when it comes to Deontay Wilder, the man loses his marbles and the objectivity's thrown all out the window, you know what I mean? He was trying to throw some shots at Wilder and saying he was supposed to do this and whatnot. Who the fuck is Dominique Breazeale? That's not what guys were saying on his prediction video. But my point is, he did say that the Barclays Center was sold out. So anybody who wasn't there, and especially if you're not even in the United States, you're in a whole different country talking about that shit ain't sell out. Stop it. Cut that shit out. Cut the shit. That's not accurate. I'm gonna believe somebody who's frequent the Barclays Center almost every fight that does happen there, and a person I'm gonna believe is a person who's there in the physical, in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? But this wasteman Dominique Brazil, he embarrassed himself. I can guarantee you, and if he did talk to Jim Gray, the man will probably start tearing up. You know what I mean? Voice start quivering, start shaking like he got the shakes, trembling and shit, because he's gonna be reminded of all that shit that he talked. They even talked to Luis Ortiz. They went to Luis Ortiz quick, fast, and in a hurry before they went to Dominique Brazil. I think that's because Dominique Brazil hyped this fight up to the point where, I mean, some people probably believed him. Some people believed he'd give Wilder a difficult fight. You know what I mean? I didn't make a boxing prediction video for this fight simply off the fact that I knew Wilder's going to knock him out. I didn't know it's going to be in the first round. You know what I mean? But this guy's too open. The head movement, he doesn't have much punch variety. Telegraphs that overhand right. If you're a guy who's paying attention, have watched film, there's a way you can evade them shots. You know what I mean? The guy blocks punches with his face, and that's why he's a waste man. Straight up basura. Boxing fans says he won't fight White until the AJ fight is materialized. Possibly, but the guy holds a WBC kind of belt, Dillian White. And the WBC has said that if Dillian White and Tyson Fury fight, whoever wins that is for a kind of WBC stupid ass belt. They get to face Wilder, you know what I mean? So we'll see what Dillian White does, but that's a fight I personally would like for Wilder if it's not AJ or Tyson Fury rematch. Because I personally can't see that fight happening next. I'm just being honest. I don't see him fighting Fury or AJ next. The network division is real serious right now. You know what I mean? You know what they Wilder being on Showtime, PBC. That's to me the best platform to have the fight on. You know what I'm saying? Because the zone's an app. And should no televised, should no undisputed heavyweight fight in the heavyweight championship of the world be on no app, man? I'm sorry, man. And if you can't understand that logic, listen clearly to my words. No undisputed heavyweight title match should be on a freaking app. Fuck that shit, man. Do it traditional way. If you ain't gonna have it on terrestrial TV, put that shit on the motherfucking, um, put that shit on pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? At least from there we can gauge how successful it is. You know what I mean? I don't believe the numbers from an app. They said Canoli did 1.2 versus Danny Jacobs. How comes this the first time you're revealing your numbers, the zone? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not doubting that they did get to 1.2 million views, but I still can't. I mean, it's an app. You know what I'm saying? What is that? The people who are subscribed to the zone in the United States? Like I'm not sure if I believe those numbers like I would believe pay-per-view numbers. You know what I mean? But this wasteman named Dominique Breazeale, shame on you for not, growing a pair and facing the world. How the fuck you gonna erase your Instagram? I know people coming on the joint trolling you, but you asked for it. You trolled Deontay Wilder. You trolled the boxing world. Talking about what you're gonna do. You ain't gonna do nothing. That's exactly what you're gonna do. Nothing. You ain't do a damn thing in there. Main boxing biker was good. What's the deal, man? He says, I was there last night. Yeah, bet. I remember you said you're gonna be there, man. I bet there was actually, yeah. Main boxing biker. What did the capacity look like up in the Barclays Center? And you're gonna be the third person who was up in there that I've talked to since last night. What did it look like up in that piece as far as was it sold out? That's what the world really wants to know. Whether the gym was sold out. Main boxing biker says the arena went crazy when Wilder came out. I bet. It was like one of them Floyd Mayweather entrances, you know what I mean? Main boxing biker says full house, many celebs, people were standing. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing, man. It was a jam-packed house, and like I said, even a channel that be hating on Wilder, and they got a good channel. It's just when it comes to Wilder, they just lose objectivity. You know what I mean? But he himself said that the jam was jam-packed, sold out. But there's some channels out here who say that the shit wasn't sold out, and they're not even in the United States. So that baffles me. I'm gonna believe people who were there live in the flesh. Main boxing biker says Wilder's the truth. Yeah, Wilder's a good fighter, man. The heavyweight division is live, it's popping, it's active, but until we get the best fights in the division, we're not gonna know who the best of the best is. You know, whether Tyson Fury, Wilder. I thought Wilder had a draw with Fury. Anthony Joshua. Before they know it, some new heavyweight might step up on the scene, man, and might be a guy that's gonna be young, hungry, and dangerous, like Clubber Lang. You know what I'm saying? And if these heavyweights don't fight each other and establish legacy right now and cement it, so even if they do take a loss later on to a young up and coming heavyweight, then the heavyweight division is going to remain stagnant. And I thought it would have a breakthrough when Tyson Fury beat Klitschko in 2015. We in 2019, and things is still at a standstill. Since 20, the end of 2015 November, when Fury beat Klitschko, we've only had two big fights at heavyweight: Tyson Fury and Wilder, and Klitschko and AJ. That's it. In 4 years, what the fuck been happening them other 2 years? You know what I mean? Fellas doing a whole lot of nothing, like Dominique Breazeale. You can't talk all that shit then erase your motherfucking Instagram and act like we ain't hear you and not even appear for the press conference. Who does that? Dominic Brazil's soft, man. Cotton candy soft. That's why that motherfucker, even Gerald Washington got more cojones than him. At least Gerald Washington won some rounds. Gerald Washington, who I think is some garbage, he's another waste man. At least he won some rounds and actually gave a fight. You know what I'm saying? Then boxing back and said Wilder showed out AJ how to properly dispose of Breazeale. Yeah, he did it. Beat him in quicker rounds. I think Wilder. I mean, Joshua knocked him out in what 7 rounds. So Wilder did it in one. But Wilder struggled with John Molina or Eric Molina, and I think AJ got him out of there in like 2 or 3 rounds. You know what I mean? Molina wobbled Wilder, so those type of things they nice and all to talk about, but at the end of the day, they don't mean a damn thing. I remember Manny Pacquiao knocked out Ricky Hatton in better fashion than Floyd. I remember Manny Pacquiao struggled 4 times with the man Marquez. Manny Floyd Mayweather made easy work of Marquez. Floyd Mayweather fought Cotto at a bigger weight class at 154. Um, the man Manny Pacquiao fought Cotto at like 145 catch weight and dropped him like twice and beat the shit out of him. While the man Cotto gave Floyd a difficult fight, even drew blood. You know what I'm saying? So all those things they don't matter right now to me. Look at what Floyd Mayweather did with Mosley. Mosley caught him in the second round. He got washed the rest of the rounds. Floyd ain't put him on the canvas. Manny Pacquiao fights Mosley after he puts him on the canvas and wins every freaking round. You know, so at the end of the day, till they get in the ring, that's when we gonna really gauge who's a better fighter. You know what I'm saying? Styles make fights, and I'd love to see AJ versus Wilder. Two heavy-handed power punches. But I believe in Wilder's punch. He got historical knockout power, man. Historical knockout power on some Ernie Shavers type shit. You know what I mean? Higher KO ratio than Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson used to knock niggas out. You know what I mean? Great night of boxing yesterday, man. We seen two of the hardest punchers in boxing do their thing and actually dispose of opponents from Naui Nui to Deontay Wilder. Now we waiting on Anthony Joshua, see what happens with him and John Ruiz, or Andy Ruiz, excuse me. And it should be a good fight, you know what I'm saying? I think Andy Ruiz, I think he's a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? I favor AJ to win the fight. But a waste man like Dominique Breazeale, he couldn't hold a torch next to Andy Ruiz, you know what I mean? Real talk. This guy talked a lot of shit. A lot of people is interested in this fight, including myself. I did not think this guy would be disposed in 1 round on some Bermain Stavern type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, to Dominique Breazeale, shame on you. Grow yourself a pair. Get the fuck out of hiding. And come talk to the world. Let us know what the fuck happened in them 45 seconds and what you was thinking. Then Boxing Biker says, Wilder, okay, he said, Wilder been improving till little by little. Yeah, he has been. He has been. I mean, when Wilder, he straightens up his punches and has a nice left hook. And he was throwing body shots, throw a nice mean left hook to the man Breazeale body while he was trying to sidestep. Couldn't sidestep fast enough with them slow ass feet. When Wilder throws that straight right hand to the body or to the head straight beyond the jab, it's oh man, it's a thing of beauty, man. That's what he did to Dominique. I'm sorry, what's his name? Bermain Stavern. You know what I'm saying? Who was a shorter guy. Now he did it to a taller guy who's taller than Wilder and Dominique Breazeale. Wilder just got to improve, and I'd love to see him fight the top tier guys. A Fury rematch or Anthony Joshua next. Main boxing biker says that 223 pound on Wilder is good for him. Yes, indeed. He's coming higher than that, as high as 229. But yeah, it looks like, man, he packed some punch with that extra weight that he gained compared to his first fight, the last fight with Fury. Main boxing biker says, "Yo, Wilder turned Breazeale into the Jordan jump pass symbol." Yeah, he did, man. He did. You know what I'm saying? Them fellas was stretched out on the canvas. Wilder just disposed of this Wasteman, and it's not about it doesn't matter who it was, whether it was Wilder, whether it was anybody who did this to Dominique Breazeale after all the shit he talked. You know what I'm saying? Disrespected the heavyweight champ. Look, I'm not saying you can't talk shit. You could talk shit, but when you start saying stuff like he's overrated, this guy's beat 40 bums. Jesus Christ, if he beat 40 bums, then you the number 42. You know what I'm saying? And if he beat only bums, what does that make you if you couldn't beat the bum basher according to you? You know, so a lot of people contradict themselves, and he was the worst. I don't think he, maybe he did believe the stuff he was saying, but when it came into the ring, his jaw couldn't hold all that shit he was talking, you know what I mean? Flush on the jaw, got disposed, and got up at 10. You ain't gonna win no fight getting up in 10. Dummy, you gotta get up in 8. Take your 8 count. You know what I'm saying? Be March Boxing. Leave your thoughts and comments. Big ups to main boxing biker. Big ups to boxing fan. Go ahead and try 5. Somebody, go find this guy Dominique Breazeale. He erased his Instagram. He might be on Twitter. I don't know, but his Instagram he's not there, and that shows what kind of coward he is. Salute the main